Zeph remembers back in the days when he was a young, weak demon, locked in a cage with others to be used as food. Someone explains to the others that he heard from one of their caretakers just now that apparently the demon lord changed a few days ago. Another shuts up the other, cause no matter who the demon lord is, they're just livestock demons meant to be eaten anyway. Zeph sits in a corner of the cage, void of any emotions. One of the demon caretakers suddenly comes to the cage for some fresh meat. He opens the gate and enters with his big knife. The livestock run for their lives. The demon, after entering, notices the weak Zeph just squatting there. He didn't run because he honestly didn't care enough to run for his life. The caretaker demon looks at him for a while before grabbing today's meal. He raises him up high, but still, bro just nonchalantly stares at the caretaker. The caretaker demon prepares to kill Zeph as the big knife gets close to cutting him. The demon lord appears behind the caretaker, grabs his head, rips it off swiftly, and throws the head away into the corridor. The demon lord calls out to the young Zeph and asks why he didn't give in to fear and beg for his life. Zeph explains that he wasn't afraid. To be honest, he thought it was a relief. No matter how much they struggle, there's no way for a livestock demon to survive. He believed the best thing he could do was to reduce the time he spent trembling in fear while waiting for death. The demon lord smiled. He knew this little kid was different from the others. He calls Zeph to follow him, and from this moment on, he has appointed him as the new record keeper of the demons. It would be a waste for someone like him to just be eaten and gone. For now, they still have to keep consuming livestock demons. But he promises that one day, Demon Lord Credos, will put an end to that. The tragedy of eating their own kind. Back in the present, Zeph looks at Credos, despairing at the loss of the farm. He then silently moves past him, picks up a hoe from the ground, and heads to the fields. The four generals look at him, and he starts to work on the farm. Hartok shouts at the other demons, asking what they're doing standing there. They should get to leveling the soil and raising the beds. Everyone gets hyped up and rushes to get back to work on the farm. Demon Lord Credos is surprised that all the demons happily work to grow crops again. Honestly, their actions encourage Credos, and he orders Team 1 to go and find every single spot where potatoes are still alive. Team 2 and 3 should line up with their hoes. Sergi should cut the remaining seed potatoes, and Zeph should go with her and wipe down her blades. Hartok should lead Team 1, and Azurat should go find the tools he is talking about. He declares loudly for a bountiful harvest, and everyone shouts the same. Every single demon there began to work hard on the farm. Ball was trying hard too. Credos, for a moment there, forgot about the fact that farming has always been like this. Natural disasters, pests, market fluctuations, climate change. You'll have to fight all kinds of enemies, fail, break, and then dig the earth again. Making a living is war after all. The little girl, Flute, notices one healthy potato sprout and runs to it. She plans to uproot it since they need to save as many potato seeds as possible. She tries to uproot it, but it seems to be stuck. So Azurat comes over to help her uproot it. After some seconds, they are surprised to notice that they pulled out a huge set of potatoes. They are so huge and many that some hit the living lightning rod, Ruster, who is nearby. Azurat and Flute are pleasantly surprised, and they quickly alert the Demon Lord Credos. Flute brings one of the potatoes to show to Credos. Credos is also shocked at how huge the potato is and asks where she found it. She answers that she just pulled up a weed over there and a bunch of potatoes came out. Credos remembers that this is like that scene in the game when one defeats I Am Groot and little sprouts appear where he dies. His nutrients must have been absorbed into the earth. And now that I Am Groot's size has been multiplied hundreds, even thousands of times. He quickly informs the workers to stop their current work and start digging deep in the ground. Sometime later, the workers are shocked to find huge potatoes underground. They are happy that the field isn't dead and that there are potatoes everywhere. Giant potatoes are popping up all over the place. Kratos is left speechless by the fact that there are potatoes literally everywhere. It is even too hard to count. Everyone is happy that there are a lot of potatoes. Zeph asks Demon Lord Kratos if this is a bountiful harvest. Kratos, who is relief, responds yes. He starts to shed tears of happiness. Sometime later, in a building near the fields, Kratos is sitting down and reviewing the current situation in the abandoned lands. First, in the First Star territory, the First Star Master, Saruthal, started a rebellion and was defeated. The Heart of the Ice Spirit was deactivated, and all his minions disappeared. The land is now completely empty and uninhabited. In the Second Star territory, after the Star Master, I Am Groot died, his subordinates were left stunned and in disarray. In the Third Star territory, the Star Master, Ruster, is currently working hard on the farm as a living lightning rod, although he would also prefer to be killed. Kratos wonders if his subordinates should be punished for treason. The Fourth Star territory belongs to a snake human named Tarthu. We will just call this guy Reptile. And in the game, Reptile was a rather loyal character. The remnants of the Second Territory and the residents of the Fourth Star territory can probably be mobilized easily. Still, they can't just recklessly summon them all. If they increase their manpower too fast, they'll just end up with too many mouths to feed. They'll have to expand gradually until the next harvest. Zeph comes and informs Kratos that they have initiated large-scale food processing as ordered. Kratos thanks Zeph for his efforts and asks him to manage the meal tickets carefully. A messenger demon arrives and informs the demon lord that he has delivered standby orders to each territory. Kratos wonders if they will comply because he can no longer trust those guys. The demon tells that the Fourth Star territory isn't responding, and Kratos is shocked. The demon explains that they didn't say much, and Kratos asks why the demon didn't even ask why. The dumb demon is confused as to who Kratos is talking about, and Kratos gets angry at the dumb demon. Honestly, what's with the average intelligence of these demons? He just wants to know why the Fourth Star Master is ignoring his command. The demon finally reveals that there were only a few servants left in the Fourth Star territory. The place was practically empty. Kratos asks if he managed to get info from the servants left behind. No, the demon responds. So he doesn't even know why the place was empty. Kratos asks. The demon confirms that he doesn't. Kratos is so annoyed by this dumb demon that it even shows on his face. Talking to this demon is like dealing with a completely useless administrative assistant. Zeph records into the history books that even though Kratos' behavior has improved, he still is a demon lord. Hideous and untrustworthy as ever. Even if 10,000 years pass, there'll never be a face uglier than Lord Kratos. Well, Zeph, you have never met Lloyd Frontera. Kratos asks Zeph, what if there's another uglier face? Should he just beat him up? Zeph better prepare for a beating of a lifetime, all thanks to Lloyd Frontera. Zeph decides to go and talk to Reptile and asks if the servants told the demon anything, like where Reptile went. The demon tells them that Reptile charged into human lands, saying he'd gather human corpses and offer them as compost. Kratos hears this, and he starts to lose his mind over it. Why, you ask? Because according to the game's plot, the moment the demons invade, the ancient paladin awakens and moves to exterminate demonkind. That means if they don't invade, the paladin won't attack them. Quite some time has passed, and aged Kimchi hasn't shown up, so he thinks his theory was right. But if Reptile starts attacking humans, aged Kimchi will come and slay everyone. Kratos is so frightened by this fact that he starts running somewhere, and Zeph asks where he is going, and Kratos responds that he is going to stop Reptile. Zeph wants him to wait for reinforcements, but since there is no time to waste, he will go alone. That way is faster. After he defeated I Am Groot, he reached Mana Seed level 4, so he is a bit stronger. He quickly activates Mana Seed, Concentrated Nutrition, and pours other stats into his Dexterity stat. He also activates Glitch Shortcut, utilizing all resources, and at max speed, he heads to stop his army. Near the abandoned lands of the demons lies the Tower of Life. the tomb of the paladin. Aged Kimchi met Rivage and gang of the land without owner, and then stayed briefly at the village of exiles. Go a little further from there lies the border between demon and humans, Fort Magrad. The soldier on lookout notices the envoy from Azrahan, Rivage, through his telescope. But all his soldiers are gone, and there's only that ugly servant and a cloaked stranger he has never seen before. At the gate to the town, someone thanks Sir Azrahan for his hard work, but the man wonders what happened to the soldiers who accompanied Rivage. This man is the commander of Fort Magrad, Wokos. Rivage regretfully informs Wokos that they ran into a monster horde and the soldiers didn't make it. They couldn't even get close to demon territory. Wokos is sad that the soldiers died. The royal order to explore demon lands is a special mission often carried out, but it always comes with sacrifices. He warmly invites them in to rest. As they are passing through and it's aged Kimchi's turn, Wokos draws his sword in front of him to stop him from entering. He can't allow this strange fella, whom he hasn't seen before, enter. Both Rivage and Diol are surprised by this. Even aged Kimchi can't believe what he is hearing, and he gives Wokos a death stare, which sends a shiver down his spine. Rivage tries to vouch for aged Kimchi, saying he is someone he met in the land without owner, and he saved their lives when they were injured. But Wokos is still being stubborn and refuses to allow him to enter, since there's a rule that only those who left through the gate may re-enter. Diol comes over with a big smile, and he places his hand inside his clothes to take out something. With a very devious look, he tries to bribe the commander to let aged Kimchi into the town. He is quickly slapped to the ground along with his money. Wokos angrily calls Diol a lumpy potato-faced brat with both his face and heart misshapen, and he curses his whole descendants to live miserable lives just like him. Bro is brought to tears by Wokos' harsh behavior. Wokos points his sword at aged Kimchi and asks for him to strip. Come on, bro, at least buy him dinner first. Just kidding, he asks for aged Kimchi to take his cloak off, and if he finds even one suspicious thing, he will execute us on the spot. I would like to see him try. Rivage starts panicking cause everything under the cloak is 100% suspicious. But aged Kimchi doesn't seem to be listening as he looks at Diol, who is slapped, and he becomes mad furious at Wokos, who can sense aged Kimchi's frightening aura. But before any of them can do anything, the warning horn is blown, and they are told that enemies are coming. Some distance away, a demon army is marching towards the border. Reptile and his goon squad are marching to the border. Wokos tells the guards to get into battle formation and get ready for combat. Aged Kimchi is stunned to see demons approaching, and a voice inside him tells him to kill them. His avatar persona seems to be activating. As if he is being controlled, he begins to release a dangerous aura and killing intent. Meanwhile, Kratos is speeding to stop Reptile and his goon squad from making a mess of everything. He is seriously hoping they don't attack. He is just a few miles away from the border. If those fools attack, all demons are finished.